Hi everybody and welcome. It's Rose here at Butterfly Soul Tarot with your weekly cards for Monday the 24th of February 2020 through to Friday the 28th of February 2020, and I hope you are all well as always, and I hope you had a lovely weekend. Welcome to another rainy and blustery day. The first card in the pick this week is a little bit ironic. You'll know what I mean when you see it. So like last week, the format, I'm going to do a card for the beginning, a card for the middle, and a card for the end of the week. So I hope they resonate for you and help you in some way as always. So, first card for the week, beautiful card. It's the Sun. Okay, so you see what I mean about the irony. I wish it was a weather forecast, but unfortunately it doesn't look as though it is. So the general energy of the Sun is about freedom, abundance, prosperity, creativity, all those beautiful things. And often when it comes up in a reading, it can be taken as a very good kind of sign that things are either going positively or will be positive, or it's just a very positive card. As I'm holding it there, I'm tuning into or really feeling drawn to the child that is sat on the back of the horse. So it just feels like if we're not feeling that positivity and that joy and that creativity and all of those things, some of us might be. Some of us, might be going into the week with this mindset of, all the positive things, which is brilliant. I feel there is a call, if we need to tune into that inner child. When was the last time that we had a little bit of fun? When was the last time we did something silly? When was the last time we just played? When was the last time we just got the paints out and messed about? And when I said about paints there, I got the sense of channeling something as well. So sometimes when we're creative, it can be a way of channeling our feelings, channeling where we are, and just being told, having a lovely pictorial or other guide, whatever mode it is, whether you work with clay, wool, paints, whatever it is, drawings, pencils. They're talking about it can also be a lovely keepsake of a moment, okay? For some reason, I'm also getting the message for some people that you can't get this wrong. So I don't know if some of us are concerned about going into something this week and concerned that we're going to get it wrong. Again, I'm being drawn to that childlike innocence of when we are children, we don't think about getting things wrong. So particularly, again, I'm talking about creativity. Creativity can also be about what we're trying to bring into the world in general, okay? So it's that sense of, when you're a kid, when you're going to make something, create something, go into something, you don't think about all the whys and wherefores that we do as an adult, okay? So I am getting that if we're not, some of us, I feel, are feeling that sense of freedom and positivity, and that's fantastic. But for those of us that might not be, I feel there's a way to turn that around by tuning into that innocence and freedom. Okay, so that's my sense with that. Second card for the week is also another major. So, you know what I say with majors, these denote big shifts, okay? So I feel before I want to turn that card, just be aware of where, a little bit like last week's message, just be aware of where our energy is, because when things are shifting, it can be a lot like the ebb and flow of the sea. And 1 minute we'll feel okay, 1 minute we might not be. So just be, I feel, aware of where we are this week and work accordingly. But I'm getting a lighter feeling with it than I did last week. So there might still be this ebb and flow of emotion or feeling good, not so good. You know what I mean? But just remember that it is only temporary. The second card as we go into the middle of the week is strength. Okay, so this could be a literal message of strength. It can tell you that you have the strength. It can say that strength is needed. And this is also a card of gentle strength and reminding us that strength comes in many forms. So you can see that, in a sense, on this card, this lady is taming this wild beast, but she's not doing it in a harsh way. She's just being very, very gentle. Okay. As I'm saying that, I'm getting the message that this might be to do with the self. We have a tendency to be our own worst critics sometimes, or be harder on ourselves when we're not attaining something or achieving something. And I feel this is about our own, in a sense, inner lion, or inner, I want to say inner beast, but I don't quite mean it like that. There's a sense here of, for me, just being very gentle with ourselves. I feel like I'm getting things like our self-talk. That's what I feel I'm getting. Okay. So for some of us, if we're not quite where we want to be, then don't do ourselves down with that inner self-talk. Okay, that can feel like a bit of a beast. Okay, it's to, I almost want to go back to that childlike thing. Okay, so if, say, like our inner child is acting up, or one of our own children is acting up, we are probably more inclined to be more loving with that child and find out what's wrong, try and calm it down, etc., etc. And I feel that is what is needed for us in the middle of the week, to be that gentle, loving person, even if there's a part of you that feels like it's going against you a little bit. Is to love it, is to actually love it. Now, again, I'm being drawn back to the beginning of the week where we've got the potential to tap into that freedom and that inner little one and be free. And I feel that's part of turning this energy around. Okay. You know, it's kind of tuning into, I feel that little one, and or whatever part of us is giving ourselves a hard time. Okay. And to be loving. Okay. Final card is a minor arcana, and it's a very practical one. And it's the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so it's a card of working, and this is for the end of the week, and this can be about honing our skills and beavering away. What I got when I got it for the beginning and middle of the week, we may not feel as though we have our practical heads on. Okay, and bearing in mind we're in the season of Pisces, and we've just had the Pisces new moon. And to me, Pisces is very dreamy. It is very creative. We may feel a little bit ungrounded, but I feel the key is to not chastise ourselves if we feel that we're not getting things done as we wanted to. I almost want to suggest, and it's up to you how you go about this as always, to kind of go with the flow of it. And again, to not berate ourselves if, I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done. There's that kind of uplifting, what I call an uplifting energy of Pisces around. So we might feel a little bit floaty. Okay, do ground. Do take some time to ground, but don't be surprised if it's difficult for some of us to focus on practical issues. I feel it's the first, sort of the beginning, the middle of the week are about, doing what we can. We might just be following our routine, but not adding any more to it, that kind of thing, so that's my feeling with it. And at the end of the week, I feel there's a lot more practicality and focus involved and getting things done. So the end of the week might be a good time to start honing new skills, or I'm being given the message to get back on track with something that's been left aside. And this is, it is about building. So if we can't get into the practical beginning and middle of the week, I feel that changes towards the end of the week. So I do get that sense of going with the flow, with the energies, to be kind to ourselves. Okay, is another thing there. And to tune in where we can. If we're feeling positive, fantastic. To tune in where we, but if we're not so much, to tune in where we can into that positivity. If you feel drawn to doing something creative or fun, my suggestion would be to make some time with it. It's almost like it's saying kick off the week with a bang. Kick off the week in the most positive of ways. Okay, so that would be my feeling there. Okay, everyone. So as always, I hope that is helpful to you. I would love to hear any comments. If you feel you would like to connect, please do send me a message. It would be lovely to hear from you. And I will see you for next week's video. So take care and have a great week, everyone. Lots of love. Bye now.